Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zia and this is my November's planned with me. Now, I know what you all are thinking. November has already started. Well, yes it has. I have been traveling along with some appointments here and there, so I've been quite busy, but I still wanted to show what I came up with for my bullet journal for this November, which if you can tell, is coffee themed. For some reason, I just wanted to do a coffee-inspired bullet journal for this month. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm addicted to coffee. For my first page, I wanted to have a giant cup of coffee on display, because you never have enough coffee. And I wanted to show a froth design. I did not initially outline the heart that is placed inside the cup because I had another idea in the mix, but I ended up outlining it later. So, same as last month, I used my Micron Pen 005 for the outline. I go in later with my 01 for some added line weight, but I did not record that process this time because it seemed a bit too repetitive. To fill in my letters, I am using my 01 for this because I need to replace my larger Micron pens because they are pretty much worn out. For the second page, well, this one I had quite a few ideas for. I was originally going to have different shaped cups of coffee at the bottom of the page, with the steam rising around the calendar. But with such a small space, it just seemed too cramped. And then I found this quote, and I just had to add it to my journal. By the way, how is my voice sounding so far? Odd question, right? I just recently purchased a microphone so my voice recordings would be of better quality, and so far, I am pleasantly surprised. So now that I can make more videos like this, but maybe with me drawing new individual pieces or even some of my new work. If you haven't checked it out already, then you should head on over to my artist website at jitziadiaz.weebly.com or check out my personal Instagram at jitziadiaz. That has my current series called Spiritual Goddesses. All links are listed in the description down below. For my mood and habit tracker this month, it has primarily stayed the same. For my mood tracker, I left the same script, but I changed the image that I'm coloring in to fit this month's theme. And of course, it's more coffee. I thought of making a bunch of individual coffee beans for me to fill in each day, but that just seemed so tedious. I then came up with a cracked, almost mosaic-looking mug that I then split into 30 pieces. I'm still shocked about how even it looks. Now, for my habit tracker, it really hasn't changed. The layout that I chose for last month worked well, and I decided to use it again. My habit tracker might not change for a while, until I find something better, of course. I did change one of my habits for this month. Originally, instead of hobby, I had written drawing. As an artist, I am pushing myself to sit down and draw every day, but in all honesty, art is so much more than drawing, so I wanted to give myself something broad that could encompass more than one aspect of art, like crocheting. My calendar spread for this month has the same layout as last month. I think for December I might switch it up a bit, but I do know that the structure does work for me. I have my full calendar layout along with a section for me to list video ideas or a mini checklist for myself. Now here I have finally added the coffee beans. I picked a very simple design with just a few on the top and a couple that look like they are bouncing across the bottom register. Now, who else is excited for Thanksgiving, or Turkey Day as others call it? The time to eat and not feel guilty. Well, until the next day. I didn't even think about it till after I finished recording, but I wish I drew a little turkey on my calendar space for Thanksgiving. Oh well, I'll just have to put him in later. So, same as last month, I am only showing you guys one individual week layout. I just do the others later on. And I have stuck with the same format. As I said last month, I like my cover pages to be more intricate than my weekly layouts, but with so many ideas for December, that might be changing. For this month, I wanted to experiment and try a new medium. Well, not new to me. I decided to bring out my collection of Prismacolor colored pencils, which I just adore, and use that for my coloring for this month. Now I'm going to start off by saying that I have a different approach for using colored pencils. Most people go with a very transparent and light hand when using colored pencils, which is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I personally have enjoyed using colored pencils with an opaque finish. There is no right or wrong, but I have not found many people who use this technique like I do. My series that I mentioned earlier in the video called Spiritual Goddesses is primarily done with colored pencils. It almost gives it a painted quality, and the Prismacolor blends beautifully with this. The trick to remember is that layering is key. I always start off with my base color and then slowly add in the darker shades where I need them. Also, if you are a bit new to color theory, don't always reach for your black and white pigments. If, let's say, you are using a light blue, then use a dark blue, or even an indigo. If you go straight for the black, then it can muddy up your work and you lose that smooth transition. For example, for the purple mug, I actually started with a soft pink color as my base, and then worked in a light purple, then a darker purple, and finally I used a dark blue to help deepen the shadows. If you want to know the names of the individual colored pencils that I used in this video, then check the description box down below. And I apologize for my head getting in the way. I swear I will get better in the future. It's something a little new for me, so I was sometimes in frame and I didn't even realize it till later, because I just got a little too much into it. I do want to apologize. The last part of my video was deleted. I still don't know how. I know, I was so sad that it happened. So you will not see me completing the calendar portion of my journal with little coffee beans, but thankfully I don't do as much for these last few pages, so you didn't miss too much. Well, that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this month's plan with me, and I promise that I will be publishing my December bullet journal a lot earlier. But again, if you did not see last month's journal spread, then you should go check it out. I will leave an iCard for you here. And as always, if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you liked me, then please subscribe. Thank you.